On the field now, we have another of the El Paso bands, the Del Valle High School Band, with their directors Marlene Meger and Janet Lynch. The drum majors are Karen Quintana and Edwin Martinez. They're Class AA, a larger school. They're in their 5th year. They've constantly received first division ratings. They'll be playing Greensleeves, Cascade, Night Wind, and their final will be Prologue and Entrance.
Del Valle High School, El Paso, Texas. Gentlemen, what a clean executed band numbers. What a clean looking band. And of course my comment just before we went on the air is perhaps it's because they had two women directors. Did that make a difference?
You know, it's been my experience that the women in the band business, and we have many of them now that are highly successful, they are sticklers for detail. They are sticklers for doing things exactly right. Even in some cases, and I'm making a generic statement, I know, but even more than the men.
As we look at this rotation, I think we see some of that cleanliness that we're talking about in the way that they hold the lines, they hold the forms very, very nicely, and especially in the straight line situation. That's anytime that the group is lined up exactly with those yard lines, which are on the field and done straight, if there's a problem, that they really would be noticed. And I think it's very easy to see that they are indeed very, very clean in their marching tonight.
This band plays with such a beautifully balanced sound. They have all those 8 sousaphone players that are doing a wonderful job, and that just adds a foundation that is hard to beat.
Is that a difficult thing to come by when you're stretched out on a field that size?
It is a very difficult thing. They had some minor problems tonight. I think one of the problems that they run into is the group of instruments, percussion instruments down right by the drum major called the pit, because they're playing with the drum major's feet usually, and the people out on the field are doing the same thing, and sometimes there's a difference in just sound because of the distance, and so we get the sound separated because of that distance. So it is a very difficult thing, and they use the drum major's feet a lot in order to make sure that they are clean and precise across the field. Again, as we see here, they're stretched from 25-yard line to 25-yard line, and that's across a 50 and 53-yard field. in addition to the 20 to 20. So it's a very, very long distance between people. So they watch drum majors' feet and watch the conducting and try to keep things together.
It's one thing to be a part of this musically if you're sitting in a concert hall. It's another thing to judge what's happening.
Of course, the acoustics, the outside acoustics are just totally different.
Oh, yeah. If there are any.
If there are any, that's right.
Yeah, really.
These large forms like this are difficult to do anyway.
Yes. Most of the time you feel like you're playing for yourself. I mean, you really can maybe hear people on either side of you if you're lucky, but most of the time you feel like you're playing all by yourself out there. And that's kind of frightening at times, and especially for these young kids who haven't really spent a lot of time at it. And I mean, they aren't professionals yet, and they're doing a wonderful job.
I don't like to get carried away about this, but I do. The number of mental capacities that are needed, mental functions that go on with a person in marching band is phenomenal.
You bet it is. Well, we want you to stay tuned for more coverage of the 1991 American Southwest Tournament of Marching Bands Finals Competition. We'll be back right after this.